If I just turn into the winds, you can feel that. You can feel that in your chest. It's pushing me over right now. We'd have to check with Alan to see how strong these winds are right now, but we're gonna head in because any minute now, I think this wind is gonna push me over. But in addition to the wind, we're also seeing the water coming up, and it's just a matter of time before people who are on the island are gonna be trapped on the island because there's gonna be no safe road that you can get to Corpus Christi. So we're taking a look over at where Doc's and Snoopy's are, those two local favorite restaurants. I would say within the hour, those outdoor docks are gonna be underwater. They're gonna have a lot of damage. The water rising here under the causeway, but again, it's this wind, this strong wind that is really the issue right now. So we're gonna head into Corpus Christi. Hopefully you guys are safe inside, hunker down. If you are on the island and you didn't decide to evacuate, get to a place without any windows, get down in your bathroom, someplace safe, and don't go outside. We're seeing a Jeep that's parked right by the speeder road. I don't know if they're watching this right now, but this isn't the time to be outside watching the storm. It's time to head inside, and that's what we're gonna do. Back to you guys in the studio.
Great advice. Get back inside, get back into cover, and maybe even get back to the station because the winds are certainly starting to pick up. We will continue our wall-to-wall coverage of the arrival of Hurricane Harvey into South Texas and Corpus Christi as 3 News continues.
This is continuing team coverage of Hurricane Harvey.
It's Wilcox Furniture's massive overstock sell-off with huge savings store-wide.
Half off half the store. You don't want to miss these savings. Like on this 5-piece padded seat dining set. Now just $276.
Better get to Wilcox.
Chubby's is your rustic headquarters. Come explore the largest selection of rustic furniture in South Texas, exclusively at Chubby's. Each piece is handmade from solid wood with distressed accents to achieve a signature look. You can decorate your entire home, from living room to dining room to bedroom and beyond. Quality furniture at prices you won't believe, with in-store financing and a selection that can't be beat. Chubby's Rustic Furniture, the best you'll find anywhere. We guarantee it.
Welcome to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
I need something reliable.
Camry's reliable. It's also a great car to pass down.
Huh. Yeah, this will be yours one day.
Thanks, Pops. I thought I was getting it, Dad.
Oh, well.
No, me.
Looks like you got it all figured out.
Yeah.
Now during Toyota's National Clearance Event, get $3,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,000 subvention bonus on a new 2017 Camry.
It's yours, for now.
Toyota, let's go places.
A hurricane warning is in effect for our viewing area. Stay with 3 News for alert information. They're known as the halftime heroes. Every week in fall is not only high school football season, it's also marching band season. With so many top-performing bands in South Texas, we're asking you to decide who's the best. Get online and cast your vote starting Sunday nights at 10. Top vote getters will be showcased every Wednesday night on 3 News at 10. Band of the Week is another continuing tradition of the 3 News Friday Night Sports Blitz.
All-Star Mitsubishi says it's time for a change. Drive away today for only $29. Get your new car or SUV for only $29 down, $99 per month. If you have a job at $29, you're approved.
I couldn't afford the down payment dealers were asking for.
My credit is a mess, but I still need a reliable car.
I needed a car. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what to do.
If you have bad credit, no credit, have been through bankruptcy, or have had a recent repossession, that's okay. All-Star Mitsubishi will get you approved for only $29 down, or payments as low as $99 per month.
I got my car for $29 down.
They hooked me up with a great car and payments I can make.
I got my car for just $99 a month.
$29 down or $99 per month. Going on now at All-Star Mitsubishi. Call 800-918-6585. That's 800-918-6585. Or go to allstartx.com.
I'm back with even more savings.
Get this dual reclining sofa, now just $487. Or this queen bed set, just $238. Plus get special 36 months, no interest.
Wilcox Furniture's massive overstock sell-off at all locations now.
Here's a quick checklist for storm readiness from 3 News. Have ready a week's supply of non-perishable food and water, 1 gallon of water per person per day, a battery-powered radio or TV with extra batteries, flashlight or lanterns with extra batteries, a first aid kit with some sanitation and hygiene items. A whistle is good to have on hand for sounding a help signal. Have some small basic cooking utensils in a box or bag, extra clothing, blankets, sleeping bags or air mattress, matches in a waterproof container, photocopies of your important documents in a waterproof container, prescription medications, eyeglasses, contact lens solution, and hearing aid batteries, infant formula, baby food, diapers, and pacifiers, pet carriers, leashes, shot records, and food for each animal. A good map showing county roads and highways. Back up your phone contacts on paper. Stay alert and stay in touch with 3 News and our official radio partners at the Beach 96.5 FM and La Caliente 98.3 FM for storm information in Spanish. This is continuing team coverage of Hurricane Harvey.
And welcome back, everyone. Joe Gason here with Katy Uriarte.
Hi, everyone.
And did you get some rest?
A little bit. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You didn't get to sleep very much. Poor Bill Vesey. He's been going at it. It's just in a rush what's happening right now. You know, it's great to see everybody. Thank you for tuning in and staying tuned in. Rudy, we thank him for doing such a fabulous job, and the entire team, of course.
The entire team has really stepped up, and we appreciate that. And just keep in mind that the whole purpose here is to make everyone more secure in knowing what's going on. And that's the purpose. We want you to be assured that that things are happening the way they're supposed to happen. And I love what you were saying earlier, Bill, about the fact that we'll get through this. Everything will be fine. You know, a lot of that, of course, depends on people doing what they're asked to do by the city government and top officials and first responders. But it will happen.
Exactly. Yeah. We're going to now. This is an unconfirmed report, but this is from the National Weather Service.
Okay.
That the latest information coming in from the Hurricane Hunter, that is not that far away now, is going to up the wind speeds to 131. So that's not confirmed. That's from one source, from the Weather Service, but that's what the possibility of. That's what we're looking at the next update when that comes out.
Now it appears to. I know a lot of folks watching that were watching the track of this storm and have been watching it for quite a while, that it is not slowing down, at least not yet. It appears to be barreling right toward the coast, and that would be a good thing if it continues to move that quickly.
Faster the better, you know? Faster the better. And that's one of the problems with the rainfall forecast, is that it's slowing down. But the strength is going to be there, and we've been saying last night and today, no matter what the intensity is, we're going to get a lot of rain. But if it does come in faster,
it's good news and a silver lining.
And it looks like there's that eye getting even closer.
I think Sean has some info for you, Bill.
Category 3 now.
Okay. Yep, there you go. So it's now confirmed that Category 3. And they have near 120. It might go up to 131, though, but it's confirmed at Category 3.
Yeah, which is, again, just what we said it was going to be.
That's what we're expecting. As I look at this, and I think I might have to go through several graphics to get there. There's a little closer look. Tropical storm force winds go out 140 miles, hurricane force winds 35. So we're already seeing tropical storm force winds out there since we're not that far away. Let's see how far exactly we are away. 75 miles away now, and the pressure continues to drop, 2785. In fact, this is new information. We had the last one at 1. They might be doing hourly updates now. That's what it looks like is happening. Looks like hourly updates. So 75 miles away. And Joe, you're right, it's still northwest of 10. When Rudy was up here earlier, all morning, all night, all morning long, the storm has been southeast of and moving northwest, which would be this straight line. It looks like it's moved a little bit to the east, because now it's east-southeast of Corpus Christi. So
moving east,
which means
a little bit. I mean,
it's
not southeast anymore. It's more east. Well, east southeast will be good. East southeast will be good.
Yeah.
Let me just go through it. This is the radar map parameters that we use on a daily basis here when we do the weather. It's amazing to me to see an eye of a hurricane on our local radar map. And that is some big rain about to start.
Which tells you how close it is, because that radar has a radius of what? Not very much.
I think 60 miles, something like that. So yeah, it's within, there it is. So did I hear some real heavy rain out there a little while ago? Was it pouring?
It's been steadily raining, and the wind so far has been the main feature.
There's the current wind.
That's tropical storm.
32 sustained at the airport, but 46 sustained along the coast.
That's right.
In Flower Bluff and in Port A. And what about the gusts? So here are the gusts now approaching 60 miles per hour. Port Aransas and Flower Bluff and AS Corpus Christi, 44 at the airport. Here in Corpus Christi, 49 up in Rockport.
And yet, we were talking about how power outages are going to be a major factor in that as a result of those high winds.
Yeah.
Most people still have power.
Good.
According to AEP, only about 2,500 people at this moment are without power in 5 areas surrounding Corpus Christi Bay. And we'll keep a watch on that for you. And in fact, we'll have one of our crews out looking at the areas that are being hit by power outages. We know it's going to happen,
right?
But we'll be out to focus on the areas and try to get some idea of how long it's going to take to restore power once that is lost.
Let me interject 2 things. First of all, I was showing Scott, our production manager, this map. So he's looking at it, and I said, this is the wind. He looks, he says, I thought that was the temperature. So at midnight tonight, 88 mile per hour sustained winds in Corpus Christi, 88. But look at where the eye is, up near Rockport. All right? So that'll be at midnight tonight. And then the wind, dies down. Still tropical storm force winds tomorrow, and then even Sunday it gets a little bit better. But now look at midnight tonight. If the eye, and again, this is a computer model. Right? If the eye does indeed go up in that area, that red band around Corpus Christi, that's the eye wall.
Right.
So that would be significant stormy weather.
Right. The potential for serious damage is right there. But that is the time, I think you'd agree, Bill, when people who are here need to just hunker down, stay obviously off the streets, stay out. You wouldn't be able to do that. You wouldn't be able to walk around in that kind of
In fact, Bill Churchwell actually just came in less than 30 minutes ago, and he was saying, remember he was telling us that his car was swaying back and forth because of the wind. He drives like a small SUV, and he's so happy that he made it in even before 2 o'clock because he said it's just not the time. And even right now, that some of the streets are already flooded, and we haven't even seen anything yet. And that's what he was reporting coming down from the south side. So.
Tell you what, let's do now. Let's take a look at what's happening out on the city marina. Our Brianna Whitney is there live for us to give us an update on what's happening in downtown Corpus Christi, right on the bayfront there. Brianna?
So in the last hour, we've seen stronger winds, definitely. That's been the most noticeable thing out here. The rain is still coming down fairly hard, but that hasn't changed a whole lot. But that wind is definitely making the Corpus Christi Marina very choppy, very dangerous, and it might be hard to see in the camera, but those waves in the bay, which does not normally happen, are just crashing over the jetty and into the seawall, and we expect them to continue to get bigger and more dangerous. And just to give you a perspective of the wind, I want to zoom up here to the palm trees. My back is facing the wind, but check this out. The second I face the wind, you can really hear it in the microphone. And I know you can hear it because when Heather was doing her live shot, I could hear the wind blowing there too. She was saying it was almost blowing her over. I kind of feel the same way. I've really had to put my feet down and hunker down. Unfortunately, we're still seeing people out here walking. It is less than earlier, but we shouldn't be seeing anybody out here right now. We're taking precautions, making sure we're inside our car until our live shot time happens, but there are people still walking out here along the bayfront. Extremely dangerous. Now, right before this live shot, I talked to both Alan Holt and Bill Vesey. Bill was telling me that the wind speeds, the sustained speeds, were about 37 with gusts of 50 miles per hour, give or take. Alan thought that gusts were actually up to between 60 and 70 miles per hour in this area right now. So those numbers are shocking in and of themselves, and the worst part.
Okay, there's the live shot, that kind of stuff. obviously is going to happen to us right now, just because we're live, the product of live TV.
Yeah.
But we actually have Curtis Quinlan, who is from our KCN sister station out of Waco. He was out on Padre Island earlier and actually put a little something together for us to see.
Let's take a look.
Guys, on North Padre, in the last few minutes, the winds, the rains, everything has picked up extremely in intensity. Take a look at some of these trees over here next to this hotel where you can just see them bowing in the wind. We don't have a wind gauge with us to be able to tell you exactly what the wind speeds are here. It wasn't like this an hour ago, wasn't like this an hour and a half ago. This has increased rapidly, very quickly. We'll take a look here at South Padre Island Drive as people are driving back to the mainland. When you compare it with how few people we saw on the roads earlier today, this is a very big spike in traffic as people are trying now to get back to the mainland as Hurricane Harvey continues to push toward Corpus Christi. We're on North Padre. Curtis Quillen, 3 News.
All right, Curtis, thank you. We just got an update on power outages around the area.
McCardle and at Nile and Airline, that area on the near SPID there, near I guess Farrow Valley, you'd say. So that area having some power issues. And keep in mind, when the power goes out, it's not going to be coming back on necessarily as we're used to having that happen when you have a power outage in a regular neighborhood. In this case, the power could stay out for quite a while, days, perhaps as long as a week or so. That certainly was the case during Celia. And it was interesting, we had Blake Farenthold here last night, you'll remember.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the power outages, and he was saying that, and he knows he's kind of a techie, and he knows that the technology for transmitting power to people's homes really hasn't changed over a period of 20 years or so. And
so we still have power poles.
Right, and so since Celia, not much, he says, has really advanced in that particular area, the distribution of power. And I don't know if AEP would agree with that, but that's what he said.
If I might, the county judge made an excellent point today that the AEP crews can fix it, but they may not be able to get to it.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And especially if you've got flooded conditions, if you've got lines in the water and so forth, they can't obviously just walk in. They've got to get it out in another way. Perhaps wait till it dries out a bit. And in fact, it would be interesting. Maybe we can get someone to talk with an AEP person to give us an idea of what is involved in that.
I can make that happen.
Let's see if we can make that happen. We come up with our own questions.
We have an outage map actually that we can show you right now. Okay, there's the area of power outages along some of the outages. The dots are the ones that indicate some of the outages right now.
Okay. I wonder, because the area that we were talking about is right there in red. So it's hard to say how many people are without power, but it looks like, okay, right there. And that is just available online, just at aep.com. I believe anyone can pull that up and you can see where the outages are. Of course, if you don't have power, you'd have to use your telephone to do that. That gives you an idea. All right. And where did you want to go now, Carlos? Okay. We'll just spend some time here with Bill because we do have this additional information that's in from the National Weather Service, and really we're talking now about a storm that appears to be moving rather quickly. We think it's going to slow down. You're saying midnight is when it's going to make landfall, and yet a lot of folks will look at that and say, that's pretty darn close. Is it going to slow down that much?
10 hours, right?
Yeah.
We've been expecting it. It's still going at 10 miles an hour. Man, if it's how far away? Can you pop up that graphic so I can see how far away? 75 miles, that's 7.5 hours. You know, that's still mighty close. And so I would imagine it would slow down a little bit, not maybe to a crawl. I think it's going to slow down to a crawl. Look at that. It has a big old 3 in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. It's probably won't slow down to a crawl until after it makes landfall, probably Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, it'll slow down.
Any change at all in the amount of rain that's expected to come from this?
Still 15 to 25 with isolated 35. And again, we're just throwing that out there. 15 to 25 inches. 1 to 2 feet of rain with isolated areas of a yard of rain.
Incredible.
It's incredible.
We haven't
It's
seen
incredible.
that much at all here.
No. Let me go to this next graphic. There's the eye. Governor Abbott mentioned this, and we also mentioned it earlier, that in weather like this, there will be funnel clouds, the possibility of water spouts and tornadoes.
Yes.
A lot of those dissipate or go back into the clouds before they touch water, before they touch ground. But the possibility of funnel clouds in weather like this does exist. And even though the majority of them don't touch ground or water, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them there's a lot of them that don't touch ground. There's some that do touch ground. So be aware of that. That's some heavy rain out there. And that eye getting closer.
You're talking about Governor Abbott. Of course, he held a news conference just a short time ago talking about the state's response to this storm, and already working on getting President Trump to declare at least 30 counties in Texas federal disaster areas, and of course that would allow them automatically to be eligible for assistance, federal assistance from the government to make things better again.
Which is great. That's what we're going to need. We're going to need some
Indeed,
help.
and he also,
planning.
he talked to, all the great planning, it sounds like, and some 900 people, part of the Texas task force, to be put into place, and they are here already in place, ready to help out when the storm moves through. That should give some comfort to folks who are wondering, what to do if they do sustain some damage. There will be places that you can go and people that you can turn to for help, and we're going to have more on that coming up. He's got about 500 buses ready to transport people out in the event that is necessary if their homes become
unlivable. And they do that in the past, where they will take that fleet of buses, go to a location where they think the hurricane might make landfall, and if the track changes, then they convoy and move somewhere else. But they're in the right location right now.
Let's go now live to Heather Gustafson, who is live at NAS Corpus Christi. Of course, very close to the water on both sides, on Corpus Christi Bay.
It's going to be windy out there.
And in the Gulf, and that's going to be one of the hot spots for wind. Heather?
Well, so we were on the island earlier, and we said it was time to evacuate the island. Now we're right at the entrance to Corpus Christi A&M. A&M Corpus Christi is right down this road, but you can barely see it. What I can see, and what's hard to see because of all of the gray mist and the clouds and rain, is the waves. They're coming up, they're getting higher. I was told that this road on Ocean, it takes about 8 feet to get this road flooded. So we're getting reports from our experts that 10, 15 feet of water from the storm surge could come up. So this area could be flooded very soon. I'm just gonna hold on to this pole because it is getting so windy out here. We heard reports that the wind speeds are up to 160 miles in some areas, because this was just upgraded to a Category 3 hurricane. But in this area, I asked our weather experts before I left the station, and I said, it has to be 90 miles per hour. It has to be 100 miles per hour. And they said, it's about 60 miles per hour right now where I'm standing. At least that was the report I got in the last hour. And it's taking my breath away right now to stand here and talk to you. You can see some of the signs. They're just holding on for dear life like I am. Some of these street signs, they are looking like they're about to blow away. We drove down Ocean, and we saw a lot of street signs knocked over, stop signs holding on for dear life. So down here by Texas A&M Corpus Christi, it is not a place that you want to be. The winds are incredibly strong. The rain, it's raining. It feels like bullets coming down, but I don't even notice the rain because the winds are just so strong right now. And you can take a look at the road. We're looking at Ennis Joplin at the intersection of Ocean, and surprisingly, there are still some cars out here, but the winds are probably the worst part of this. I would have to check back in with Bill Vesey and see exactly how strong the winds are right now. But an hour ago, right around 1 o'clock, I was told that the winds in this area are 60 miles per hour. it feels like 100+ miles per hour. And of course, with the Category 3 upgrade, that means winds are well above the 100. So we left Padre Island. Padre Island is not a place that you can leave at this point. The causeway was flooding as we left. So now, I have to say that the road going towards NASCC and Texas A&M Corpus Christi is probably a road that we are going to leave to. It's not a place you want to be down. And if the street signs behind me are holding on for dear life, if I can barely stand right now in this Stripes parking lot, then this is not a place that you should be. We're going to get more inland. I can't believe the wind right now. It's pushing me over. It is, and you can feel that it's picking up. So we're going to head more inland and see what's going on up there. But as for the island, as for this area by the university, if you are here, if you're in your house, I would hunker down. I would be in a bathroom, in a closet, anywhere that doesn't have windows where debris could fly in. I can't believe that the Stripes store that we're standing right next to, none of their windows are boarded up. That makes me nervous. So if you are home, hopefully you do have your windows boarded up and just get to a place that's safe, away from windows, because the winds are picking up, I can tell you that, and this is not a place you want to be. We're going to send it back to you guys in the studio, and maybe Bill, you can tell us exactly how high the winds are right now. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right. Now that it should be pointed, she's just a little thing.
Yes.
But she might get buffeted around. Yeah, the wind is very strong. I didn't see any serious damage yet. That is a good thing.
Yeah.
And we saw something kind of flapping there. It might have been a shingle of some sort, but you know, the wind. It is possible to have that happen. Where she was, we were talking about NAS Corpus Christi. That, of course, is still up the road, a little bit past the university there. But the good thing is, so far, we haven't seen any damage in that area. That's not to say it won't happen.
And which band are we on right now, Bill? I mean, it's still
Well, I'll
outer,
tell you what,
but
I know we have the mayor here. Can we pop up this graphic? Because this has the sustained winds real quick. And then, Katya, I'll get to your question. But there are sustained winds. So at NAS Corpus Christi, sustained at 45 right now. And the gusts at NAS Corpus Christi, 62. So she wasn't.
So that's what she was.
She wasn't too far from that. Let me go backwards, Katya, and we'll catch the. There you go. You know, there. I mean, we're getting mighty close.
That those little squiggly things there. Is that lightning? Okay.
Well, the lightning is the squiggly things, but see the rotation. That is strong updraft. That could be the beginnings of a funnel cloud. All right.
Okay.
So the squiggly things are lightning, and the rotation things on a normal weather day or a thunderstorm day, they usually denote strong updraft. But at a day like today, that could signify the possibility of a funnel cloud developing into that area. And those, over the next 12 hours we're with you, you'll see those round things, and you'll see a lot of the squiggly things, which are lightning. So Katya, to answer your question, we're getting into we're that close to maybe the second band right now, the first band being the actual storm.
What did you say? Maybe, around 6, 7? Are we still thinking of that for the eye?
Well, again, if the eye is supposedly, and again, it's still a computer model, but it looks like it's going to be in the, we'll say, Rockport area.
Mm-hmm.